Right, my name is Caroline Poynton from Bury, Manchester. I am recording this today, YouTube, is because I'm not copywriting. I call it paying a fucking attention. Because Keir Starmer is a goner.
10 years after the Brexit vote, and we have a by-election. Actually, we have the most important by-election in probably 40 years, being contested on Leave or Remain. Why? Wes Streeting opened the debate by saying he wanted to go back in the EU. He wanted to take us back in the EU. Now, Andy Burnham is having to fight a by-election on comments he said in the past. He said he wants to take us back in. And the constituents now know that. Now, this is a Leave voting area. This is a reform wet dream. Nigel Farage must be, rubbing his hands together. Because these people will not accept us being taken back in the EU. Democracy denied. 17.4 million people's voices overturned. That's not going to happen. So Andy Burnham is furiously trying to backpedal, saying, oh no, that was just past comments. He won't take us back in the EU. It's just, a dream of his. Well, you've said it, Andy. We know. And look, the Daily Telegraph have run with this. Starmer sabotages Burnham on Brexit. PM says debate could happen as challenger seeks to keep Leave voters on side. Look, where does this leave Keir Starmer? He's a zombie Prime Minister. Close people in his close circle have said he has to step down. He knows he's got to step down, but he doesn't want to be mugged off. So he's trying to play this cool cat that, I'll go when I feel it's time to go, or when it's best for the country or the party. Well, we know you're doing it for you, Keir. You're trying to do, it's damage limitation. You know you're gone as a Prime Minister, but he's trying to sell it as if he goes out when he wants. But a third of his party openly have said they want him gone. Cabinet ministers have resigned. He's a zombie Prime Minister. He's done. Now, will it be Andy Burnham if he wins this by-election? Will it be Wes Streeting? Doubtful, in my opinion. I don't think the Labour Party want him. The dark horse again could be Ed Miliband, who's staying very, very quiet. Now, if Andy Burnham doesn't win this
I reckon David fucking bastard
I can see scheming and moves for Ed Miliband to take over. The members love him, the Labour members absolutely love him. I don't know why. I think he's a complete weirdo. What about the videos he does with the guitar? Treats us like 5-year-old kids. Can you imagine? He's a green communist, Ed Miliband. We're banging Trump. We're banging Trump with him. But let's see how this goes. So, PM says that this debate could happen as challenger seeks to keep Leave voters on side. Andy Burnham is trying to firefight these fires today. He really is trying to deny that he wants to take us back in the EU. I think this has really backfired on Andy Burnham. I reckon he's pulling his hair out. And I've got to say, I don't want to see one more picture of him running. Do you? Who cares? Them shorts were diabolical, by the way, the other day. It was like he'd raided a lost property department. What was he wearing? Next up, the Daily Star.
What are they doing, mate?
Jezz's heart op. Goes with first pick of Clarkson in hospital. And there's a really, it looks like he's dying in this bed. It makes me wonder who took this picture as well, and did he know it was being taken? Because this is quite a sad picture to see. I like Jeremy Clarkson. I like his common sense speaking. I like his programmes. He's no nonsense. Now, if there's a celebrity that would go into Parliament or go into politics, I'd love it to be Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah. He would absolutely savage some of these white idiots. And I'd like him to go with Rupert Low. I don't think it's going to happen.
Jeremy Clarkson,
he doesn't need it to happen, but that would be brilliant. But that's a real sad picture to see.
You're right there, mate. That would be awesome.
Daily Express. Please check out my sponsors for this daily show. Christophe Deschamps watches. I'm wearing mine now. There's a special offer in my descriptions, up to 85% off their watches. And by the way, Their Trustpilot, which is a great gauge of how a company acts, is 4.8 out of 5. Next up, the Daily Express.
Daily Express.
They go with Britons want to keep pensions triple lock. 66% back the financial guarantee for pensioners, despite proposals to exit. Now, a lot of people, especially on the left, do not want pensioners' pensions protected. They feel that this is wasted money and it shouldn't happen. Well, I'm going to say, and especially for you older viewers out there, I'm on your side. I think it's disgusting how Labour attack pensioners. I think it's disgusting how the rhetoric on the left is about, oh, pensioners shouldn't have these houses, shouldn't have this money, shouldn't have the things that they do. Well, pensioners have contributed all their life to this country, not just financially, but, you know, they've contributed to help build this country. It is what it is because of this generation. And the left want to strip them of their money. No, they should be able to retire with as much money as possible. And look, pensions are because you've paid in. They're not just taken out like these people coming across on the dinghies, get free housing, get free healthcare, free bloody everything. No, these are pensioners that contribute to this society. And the left just forget that. I hate the way that pensioners are demonised by the left, especially Labour. Next up, the Mirror, the only paper with Keir Starmer's soulless face on, I'm glad to say. And look, they're coming out with Starmer's defiant message. They love him, they really do. It's like the Starmer fan club, the Mirror. PM rejects call to set out departure date timetable as he's up for the fight. You're not up for the fight, Keir. You've told people in your close circle you know you're going. You know you are a zombie Prime Minister. You're a sitting duck. You're not going to fight this. What you're trying to do is protect your image. You think that you can go out on your terms and not in disgrace. Impossible. Third of your party want you gone. Cabinet ministers want you gone. Unions want you gone. We the people want you gone, and you're going. It's all down to how Burnham fights his by-election. I personally think he loses it. I think it's going to be so divided on Brexit. The Leave faction are going to come out. I believe Keir Starmer and the Labour Party are so hated now. I think that even floating voters are going to vote Reform. And there's rumours that Conservatives are going to pull their candidate. I hope so. Because this really is, it's almost like a mini general election, this by-election. Do we go left or right? And I hope people on the right realise this is a must-win for Reform.
I know exactly where I'm going. I've never voted
for
Reform.
The headline, which I should have said,
43, I've never voted, and I know who I'm voting for.
And obviously I've said,
I'm making my vote the first one and the last one. Well,
any person doesn't win
that'll be Rupert Low.
Obviously Wes Street wants to be Prime Minister. He's not popular within the Labour Party. I can't see it.
I'm going to make it
what I can see is Ed Miliband coming through the middle, the Green Communist, and stealing the show. So, do we really want a Green Communist in power? No, we don't. I think he treats us like 5-year-olds, Ed Miliband. I think he's skinting us with our energy policies. Nut zero. Complete madness. Look, things are going to have to get worse over the next 2 years. I think there'll be a general election in 2 years, but things are going to have to get worse before they get better. Next up, The Guardian. Burnham. Labour must change to regain trust. No shit. Labour have been a disaster for 2 years. You've called us all far right. You've put businesses, gone bust.
I don't know what Andy Burnham thinks he's trying to do, because what has he actually ever done?
Farmers,
I don't think he's done anything.
Hard workers. Anyone that wants to keep Labour in is probably on benefits or an immigrant. Because that seems to be the only people that Labour care about in this country. They really have turbocharged the destruction. Tories can't be let off, but wow, Labour have been far worse than any of us could ever have imagined. Down the bottom they go with Farage, house purchase under fresh scrutiny. This is about a house that apparently he bought for 1.4 million cash. Nigel Farage insists that it was part of the fee that he got for I'm a celeb, get me out of here. But what the left are they're conveniently forgetting. Farage has been a successful businessman most of his life. He's got millions, probably got tens of millions of pounds. Okay, of course he can just buy a house like with no mortgage. But look, they're going to look into him, and look, rightly so, investigate him. From what I'm hearing, within reform, everything is above board, and I'll say that now. Obviously, I don't have any privy information, you know, I don't get to see this, but the people within reform are confident there is nothing that has been done untoward. So let's see. The Daily Mail. Labour's civil war. That is going to be a big story over the next 4 weeks until this by-election. Infighting. They're not getting on. The far left of the Labour Party, the centrists in the Labour Party are all at war. Keir Starmer's trying to throw people under the bus so he doesn't look bad when he has to step down, which he is going to step down. But they go with the headline, Slippery Burnham's 2 U-turns in 1 day. He changes his mind on Britain rejoining the EU to stand in pro-Brexit area. And now he says he'll stick with Reeves rules, meaning tax hikes. So look, vote for Burnham, more tax hikes. I hope the people of the North realise that. And he's going to try and take us back in the EU. He says he won't, but he's been saying it for years that his dream is to get us back in the EU. So do you really think if he becomes Prime Minister and he's got 2 years, he's not going to try and implement that? If you think so, you need your head tested.
And if you don't think
this
so,
man and this whole Labour establishment want us back in the EU. Starmer just tried to do it via the back door, but I've got a funny feeling people like Wes Streeting and Andy Burnham are just going to go against the will of the people and take us in, sign us up for things we can't get out of. But it's interesting that Andy Burnham is facing such scrutiny now, and it's not been good. I reckon he's pulling his hair out, and his PR team are thinking, is this what we've got for 4 weeks? And my answer to that is, yes, it is. You've got questions to answer over the grooming gang scandal. You've got questions to answer over wanting to take us in the EU. There's statements that he's made about trans and single-sex spaces. I think Andy Burnham is going to be torn a new one by the media, because everyone knows we do not want socialists in power, and especially the right-wing media, so they're going to gun for him. The Sun. I was fleeced by Katie's con man. Ghosted after scam. Lee not kidnapped, probed by Interpol. This is Katie Price's new husband. It says exclusive. Sun's Clemmy gives Price's new hubby £1,000 to invest, and he doesn't run her. Well, I've been watching this sort of play out on social media. There's allegations. I'm not going to make statements. There's allegations that her husband is a con man and that he's fleeced loads of women out of money. That he's pretended allegedly to be some multi-millionaire to Katie Price. And that is apparently not the case again.
Witch like rest of them.
All alleged. I don't want to get sued.
No, she's a selfish witch like the fucking rest of the
It's like a soap opera, Katie Price, isn't it? The Times. Burnham far ahead of Starmer in Labour vote. This is one thing Burnham's got over Starmer, is that he's much more popular with the Labour voters. That's not hard. Starmer's just not popular at all. But 2/3 want new PM by next general election. Well, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Keir Starmer is a zombie Prime Minister.
He went in this with his eyes wide closed.
A headline.
Too much Coca-Cola for himself, too many bossy boys, some fucking
David Lammy.
David Lammy, here we go.
Taking away our deterrence.
Cheers, somebody said David Lammy, because I've said that.
I don't know if I've said this before on here, but David Lammy's government have given judges the power to suspend sentences up to 3 years. And also, if you get a 12-month sentence,
David Lammy,
you're basically definitely not going to prison. There's no deterrent now, and crime is just going to spiral because of that, in my opinion. But Lammy to raise criminal age for children. The age of criminal responsibility in England and Wales could be raised from 10 to as high as 14 under plans.
Why?
Now look, I believe at 13, 14, you do know what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
You might not know how the world works, but I think you know by that age what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely don't at 10. But it just seems a
But
strange thing
like
to
someone
do.
like me, mate, I don't think you should have kept it on my record
what David Lamb is
and punished me for the rest
who
of my
he
life.
thinks he's pleasing here, what good he thinks
When
he's
it was
doing.
for
He probably don't know
something
himself. Don't even know what day it is, David Lamb.
Okay, I probably deserve to be told off and
please again,
put in a cell for an hour or two for stealing sweets and bubbles or whatever, but
up to 85%
and it probably did stop me doing it.
In this description
Yeah.
beneath. And look, the
Shouldn't get punished for that for the rest of your
4.8
life.
out of 5, which is
Depends
very,
what it
very
is
good.
for.
I want to help sell you something.
But
if
I don't
didn't
mind
believe
lifting
in
that
it
to
or wear it
14.
myself.
So now you're going to get little bastards.
HS2 will cost
Well,
more than
they're already
NASA's
little
Artemis
bastards
moon
at 10.
mission. What a
Don't mind doing
disaster
that.
HS2 has been
And the
for this
parents aren't
country.
allowed to smack
I mean, it should be linking
just
the
know.
south to the north
This is
and be
kids
great.
now, not even kids.
But I don't know what's happened,
As
whether
we
it's
said,
our
don't know what's
planning
happening, but
or people taking bums,
whatever.
corruption or what. But HS2 has been a disaster. Will it get finished? It says UK stripped back high-speed link set to become the worst, the most expensive rail line in the world.
For not being
Look,
anything
look
done
at
yet.
places like China. They could build this in a couple of years.
They get everything done
No
that they
problem.
need to do, mate.
What are we doing? Again, I think
They don't let everybody in their fucking. They don't allow these migrants in, mate. That's what it is.
So much corruption.
They're not funding for
and
fucking
that's the reason
migrants.
why it hasn't been
Legals.
built
I mean,
and
why
why it's been
migrants?
scaled back. It's a disgrace to this country, and that should have been linking the south to the north and been, economically viable by now, and it isn't. Last up, the metro, Seahole surgery. Grandad's brain reached via eye socket in UK first.
This is why. Reason is why I'm voting Rupert Low, not voting Nigel Farage, because I'm not going to say on it, but I have my problems with Nigel Farage because he's lied a
wouldn't
few
make me
times.
pick up the metro, I'm afraid, so I'm not going to go too into that.
I'm not going to go into it.
Any
what are you?
pioneering surgery that gives people a better chance of living or a better
Rupert
chance
Low
of having a
is
better
the
life,
man,
I will
the person
champion,
that
of
we
course I will.
need to be the Prime Minister.
Those are the
Sort
papers.
this out.
I've got
He's
to
the
say,
only
4
one that's
a.m.
got
I did the
it
latest
to
in
sort
Daily
it.
News, 12 till 3.
And I trust him, Rupert Low. I trust him, Rupert Low, that he's going to be.
So
and I like Donald Trump. I'm a big fan of Donald Trump.
Please subscribe.
I have subscribed to his, thank you.
Please support, please
I like
hype.
this guy, it's good. Thank you.
I'm only small on YouTube, but he's growing. And, some days I'm getting 20, 30, 40, 50,000 of you watching this pay-per-view. Far beyond my wildest dreams.
Well,
Thank you for supporting. Please subscribe, please hype, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. From Caroline Poynton as well.
No spin, no bias, no censorship. I'm Dan Wood, and this is Outspoken episode number 494. And breaking today, Tommy Robinson declares that Slippery Starmer has been finished by a football hooligan from Luton as the United Kingdom rally goes global as patriotic and non-violent Brits demand our country back.
We want our country back.
We're not ready for the fight, right? We're awake.
What do you see the reality of life is?
The reality of life is women are scared, they can't walk the streets, our daughters being raped, they took the safety of our nation, they've imported hostile
I won't mind Jeremy Clark in the very cut well as well, actually.
But as we come on air today, Slippery Starmer is metaphorically barricading himself inside number 10 Downing Street and putting power before Prince William again. You're not going to believe what he has just said. I will show you in the digest. Meanwhile, Calamity Lammy, our ludicrous and treacherous Deputy Prime Minister, insists to take care isn't going anywhere. Instead, they're launching a new war against Tommy.
The only person that can deal with this.
So just to be crystal clear, no timetable for departure set by the time. There will be no timetable for departure.
No departure.
Let's be clear, we know what Tommy Robinson's
Well,
about.
particularly what are you about?
I don't think that's about debate and discussion on LBC. All your listeners know what Tommy Robinson's about. I don't think anything I said was particularly controversial.
Well, today we can prove to that sanctimonious prick
I know.
that all of the
twat,
violence
innit?
was, surprise, surprise, coming from the leftists and coming from the Islamists.
Everybody's getting it. Yep. Because they're causing it. They caused it the first time. In July with that guy that killed them children. I told you I've seen pictures with Keir Starmer shaking the guy's hand. Keir Starmer, you are ranks. I'm not having